If you like bourbon, vinyl, and random hobbies, you're in the right place. Welcome to the Hobby Rabbit Hole. Every episode we pour a little bourbon, spin a little vinyl, and talk about random hobbies. Kind of seems like once you hit the age of 40 and beyond, you don't buy things anymore, you just accumulate hobbies. So tonight's pour is actually some Eagle Rare 10-year, and then we have the Eagles Hotel California. So the hobby we're going to be talking about tonight is watches. Now, I'm not talking smart watches, okay? I'm talking real watches. And I got to admit, this hobby did come on kind of fast. A friend kind of sparked my interest a little bit. You know who you are. And then I went down the rabbit hole pretty quickly. The watch that we're going to be opening up tonight is a Hamilton. I'm super excited about this one. I've actually been waiting for it. It just came today. So Hamilton actually was founded here in the United States in 1892. It then got bought out and has moved over to Switzerland. So it is a Swiss-made watch now. But the Hamilton that we're going to be looking at tonight is totally USA driven. All right. It actually is featured in a movie. So I got to take off my Timex Expedition. $20 at Walmart. Always check the clearance area. So the watch we're going to be talking about is from the movie Interstellar. So back in 2014, the movie Interstellar came out. And they used a watch from Hamilton they made as a prop. And it was a big, almost sub-character in the movie. So many people wanted to buy that watch. Hamilton was like, we're not producing that. That was just for the movie. Well, 5 years later, there was enough outcry for it, and they decided, you know what? Maybe we should produce this watch. Somebody out there wants to buy it. And here it is. It is the Hamilton Khaki Murph. So one of the characters in there, Cooper, he actually goes to outer space, and then his daughter, Murph, has this watch. And long story short, hopefully I don't ruin any of this for anybody. Hopefully you've watched the movie by now. It's been out for a little bit. He is actually able to manipulate gravity and time and make the second hand bounce in a Morse code sequence. And Murph sees that and then is able to use that data to complete a big math problem that they were working on. And then she shouts, "Eureka!" as she gets it figured out. The little Easter egg on this, on the second hand, which probably won't be able to pick up on camera, there is Morse code on here that says Eureka. So, little nod to the movie, but it also is a very functional field watch. The Murph is on an alligator skin band. It is a 42 millimeter case with a 52 lug to lug. So it is a pretty decent watch. It is the Hamilton H10 automatic movement. So it will actually wind itself as you're wearing it. You can also manually wind it. Nice big crown at the 3 o'clock. So not only is it kind of a neat movie memorabilia, but is also a very functional and very impressive watch. It does beat at 3 hertz, about 21,000 beats an hour. Sounds like a lot. That's actually kind of low, but that allows it to store 80 hours of power inside of the watch. So you can set it down and not wear it for 80 hours, and it will still continue keeping time. So I'm going to come a little closer so you can actually see this a little bit. If you look on the dial here, they did keep it pretty clean. They did not want to clog it up with any date windows or anything like that. It does have kind of a vintage look. It's hard to tell, but it is a sapphire crystal. It is domed. The big Arabic numbers inside of there. They're actually kind of more of a vintage aged color, so it kind of gives that vintage motif to it. No bezel on there, so it does look like a fairly big watch. Luckily, I kind of have a bigger wrist, so it is easier for me to wear. My Bulova Lunar Pilot is actually a 52 lug to lug as well. You can see inside of here that H10 movement with that rotor. You can actually see it beating in there. See if I can get it to pick it up. That is actually the heartbeat inside of there. So overall, it is a very nice big construction watch. The band is a little tight. It is a little stiff. A lot of people actually kind of talked about that. That they said that the alligator strap does need to kind of wear in a little bit. I may look at actually upgrading and get maybe like a metal bracelet, possibly to try with this. It is 100-meter water resistance. You wouldn't want to go swimming really with this. I would not risk that. Even though it does have that rating to it, I'd definitely keep it out of the water sports. So we're going to go and try it on, see how this fits. Like I said, it is, you can definitely tell that that band is a little stiff. It is going to take a little bit to kind of get worked in on there. But we will see how this looks. Like I said, I've got a bigger wrist, so I usually can wear a little bit of a bigger watch. What do you guys think? I mean, that seems to fit my wrist pretty well, even though that's a 52 lug to lug. Come up a little closer here. That does seem to have a pretty good feel to it. Love the finish on this with the brushed on side of here, on the side there. It looks very clean, very crisp. So overall, I mean, it's pretty nice field watch, and definitely has kind of like that little bit of movie tie-in as well. So overall, I'd give that a 10 out of 10. That's a nice Hamilton there. Super excited about this. So, well, I'm glad you guys were able to make it in. That is tonight's hobby rabbit hole. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next rabbit hole.